What is something that everyone can agree that it's bad? Well, until this month I would have said child sex trafficking. Apparently, though, if you make a movie that reveals the extent of the child sex trafficking industry globally, and share the story of a man who journeyed into it to rescue and did rescue children caught in this modern-day torture and slavery, there are people on the left who will find fault with that. I don't know how the blue team sleeps at night. The red team certainly has its flaws, but holy Christ, you're siding with child sex traffickers now? Are we saying literally everyone in the world or every main moral system out there? 'Cause there's a lot of people and a lot of fucked up folks. Like I'd say inflicting genuine extreme unnecessary suffering upon others for its own sake is frowned upon by every moral system I can think of, but there are plenty of malevolent individuals or groups who knowingly operate outside of or even in direct opposition to moral systems who'd be totally down for some inflicting suffering for no reason. In all honesty, I'd say nothing. So long as you're sticking to a literal definition of everyone after all. Killing is bad, there are religions that specify otherwise. Rape is bad, see the above. Taxes are bad, some love it, some don't. The list goes on, frankly with as many humans as there is no truly universal thing that is bad. Food poisoning. It sucks, you're probably not going to die. But you feel like you are going to die. But depending on what gave you the food poisoning you might actually die. And you reach that point where you vomited everything out. But there you are retching over a toilet bowl and nothing is coming out. Food poisoning is very bad. Healthy individuals accepting experimental oneness manufactured by companies with fraudulent histories that are also granted immunity from liabilities and lawsuits pertaining any side effects, injuries, or even deaths, and the fact that millions are fine with this because they trust the government, health experts, scientists, the news. Pedophilia. And I'm convinced that even pedophiles would say so. After seeing a woman talk about how they would find pedophiles online and after digging into their lives they would sometimes work or be a volunteer in an area designed to protect children from abuse. Cracking a nail so badly that the crack extends well into the nail bed. Bonus points if you then catch one of the flaps on something and it jostles your nail meat underneath and sends that burning sensation throughout your finger. Billionaires not paying their proper and fair share of taxes. There is no reason why they should pay a lower effective tax rate than someone who writes code at their tech company or delivers packages for their internet site. Cigarettes emo. Don't know any smoker who considers them good and will recommend people against it if they're curious to try. That said, most people I know who start smoking get their first cig from a smoker lol. Having to mostly masturbate in a relationship when you spoil the other person, even though they seem completely ignorant of your needs, especially sexually. This is tough because no matter what I say, someone could point out an example of some ridiculously sadistic person who likes suffering lol. What part of everyone? Do you people not understand? Clearly if somebody is committing these acts, not everyone agrees. Nazis. I can't believe this wasn't mentioned already. They literally want to exterminate everyone who is not like them. Explosive diarrhea, specifically when it's happening to you. If it happens to someone else, it's probably just funny. Fleas. I cannot find a reason to justify their existence. I am however open to hearing reasons if anyone has any. Do you mean everyone colloquially or absolute? Because if you mean absolute then the answer is nothing. Unplugging my phone from my charger when I think it's charging so that you can charge your own. That one itch right in the center of your upper middle back that you just barely can't reach. Literally nothing can be agreed on as bad cause there will be people who say it's good. When you're running errands, leaving the store. Torrential rain between you and the car. Shitting the bed, maybe not everyone can agree. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Amber Heard. Nicotine. Even smokers can and will acknowledge it's bad and that you shouldn't start. Nothing. 2-day-old babies don't agree with anything. Neither do people in comas. That watery pre-cum which comes from condiment bottles if you don't shake them first. Trap music, or at least everyone that's not under the age of 21 can agree it's bad. Sitting down on a toilet seat and it's still warm from the person before you. When people word the titles on their Reddit posts in a weird, confusing way. Anyone who's in Tim Hortons before and after knows it's garbage tier now. Anything that intentionally brings harm to someone, more specifically kids. Any season of The Simpsons after season 13 and that's being generous. The call the Seahawks made in the Super Bowl. Lunch was right there. Dance Monkey. I don't think it's humanly possible to like that song. Cancer. I've survived it 5 fucking times. For me it is the worst. Letting your dog poop on the sidewalk grass and not picking it up. Stepping in something wet with socks, in the morning, before coffee. Impossible. You will never get everyone to agree on anything when you don't let the food cool for a bit before eating. Posting a child's autopsy photos behind a $3 paywall. Nazis! Anyone who disagrees will only prove my point.